So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jadyn Andersen, and I have been a member of StoneBridge for 3 years. I have always been able to come and know that I would be safe and welcomed and always have someone to talk to. So, I would like you guys to think for a moment. Think if you have ever been bullied, picked on, or made fun of. Just think about it. If you answered yes, please raise your hand. Those of you raising your hand, look around at all the people around you raising their hand. I want you to know that you're not alone. You can put your hands down. So let's talk about what bullying can cause for people. It can cause them to have self-doubt, it can cause them to feel hurt, and it can cause them to feel lost and unwanted. Let's just get to the facts on bullying real quick. Let's start with this. Did you guys know that 3.2 million students are bullied yearly? Over 160,000 teens skip school because they're being bullied. 1 in 10 students drop out of school because they're being bullied. So imagine you 6th graders, that would be like all of you guys leaving school. Would you do that for bullying? Yeah, I would. Probably. And nearly 64% of kids getting bullied will not report it. So bullying often causes self-doubt. Now, they often have self-doubt because they get bullied because of their appearance. We tend to hide who we really are behind a lot. Some people may hide behind sunglasses because they feel insecure about their face. Others may hide behind a hat because maybe they're having a bad hair day. I mean, hey, I would. We get all these negative thoughts about ourselves, and we tend to think negatively about ourselves. We often care too much about our appearance, and we get worried about what could happen. I would like to read to you Mark 9:17 through 24. It says, "A man in the crowd answered, 'Teacher, I brought you my son, who is possessed by a spirit that has robbed him of speech.'" So in our verse, we're going to have the son represent our victim, and the spirit is going to be the bullies. In 18, it says, "Whenever it seizes him, it throws him to the ground. He foams at the mouth, gnashes his teeth, and becomes rigid. I asked your disciples to drive out the spirit, but they could not." Because of the spirit, the son's appearance is changing, and his father is getting doubts about his son. Now in 19 through 22, it says, "You unbelievable generation," Jesus replied, "how long shall I stay with you? How long shall I put up with you? Bring the boy to me." So they brought him. When the spirit saw Jesus, it immediately threw the boy into a convulsion. He fell to the ground, rolled around, foaming at the mouth. Jesus asked the boy's father, "How long has he been like this?" "From childhood," he answered. "It has often thrown him into the fire or water to kill him, but if you can do anything, take pity on us." The spirit is causing the son to get thrown into his darkest moments and feeling an all-time low, as we say. Just as how bullies make the victim feel, they feel as if they're alone and they have no one to go to. But once we go to God, we know that we will be okay. In 23 and 24, it says, "If you can," said Jesus, "everything is possible for one who believes." Immediately the boy's father exclaimed, "I do believe. Help me overcome my unbelief." In the passage I just read to you, the dad wasn't having self-doubts on himself, but rather about his son. His son was being bullied by the spirits, in our world, the bullies. He had nowhere to go. It was changing him, changing his appearance. But once they went to God, they knew that he had a safe place and he would be welcomed. When we have self-doubt, we're hiding who we really are from people due to all the negative comments. Let's show people that we're strong and we can stand up for ourselves. So let's take off the hat, take off the sunglasses, throw them out. Let's get out of self-doubt and into self-confidence, right? Yeah, okay. Often, when people get bullied, they will go into a deep depression. They will get sad and feel as if they have no self-worth. They will go as if they have no one on their side. However, no matter how much pain and hurt we are going through, we can always go to God. In Psalms 27:13 through 14, it says, "I remain confident of this. I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait for the Lord, be strong, and take heart, and wait for the Lord." So, when people get bullied, what can the final results be? Well, it can be deep depression, suicidal thoughts, and eventually self-harm. Most of us in here can admit that when we see someone get bullied, we are often the bystanders. We don't do anything because we are scared that we could get made fun of too. Every day we aren't doing something, this person is getting lost deeper and deeper into those negative thoughts, and we need to help people. They need the Lord's guidance, so why don't we give them the guidance to the Lord? In Psalms 107, 4 through 9, the Lord is helping the guidance of the needed. He says, "Some wandered in desert wastelands, finding no way to a city where they could settle. They were hungry and thirsty, and their lives ebbed away. They cried out to the Lord in their troubles, and he delivered them from their distress. He led them to a straight way, to a city where they could settle. Let them give thanks to the Lord for his unfailing love and his wonderful deeds for mankind. For he satisfies the thirsty and fills the hungry with good things." In Psalms, those people were lost and unwanted. They didn't know where to go. They didn't know where they would be welcomed. But once they found the Lord, they knew they had a safe place. They knew he would take them by the hand and bring them somewhere safe. And that is just what he did. I have a video I would like to share with you guys. In this video, you will see everyday people helping others. I want you to pay attention as to how by one person's actions, it will lead to a chain reaction and will change everyone's life. But before the video, I want to share you Leviticus 19:18. It says, "Do not seek revenge or bear a grudge against anyone among your people, but love your neighbors as yourself. I am the Lord." In the beginning of the video, you all saw the kid getting bullied, right? By a show of hands, how many of you would have helped that kid honestly? Now, there's still quite a bit with their hands raised down, right? Now, I know that video may have had no immediate connection to bullying because of all the other things that happened. But because one person helped another, it created a chain reaction. You all saw that, right? Yeah. By one kid painting over the graffiti wall, a bunch of other people came to help, and that wall then became a new wall. We too can help build a wall, but for the Lord. Just like those people, we can make a chain reaction. By bringing people to our church, they will now know who the Lord is. We all say we're kingdom workers, right? I can't hear you. We all said we're kingdom workers, right? So why don't we be those kingdom workers, okay? Let's bring people to our church. Let's show them who the Lord is and how they can feel loved and how they can get through life with him. I would like to share a story with you guys that I can relate to. My 7th grade year at Buffett, there was a kid named Ty Moore. Ty Moore had a lot of problems going on that not many people knew about. However, we did know a few. We knew that he was having family issues, and he didn't really have anyone close to talk to. He tended to miss school a lot. He also got made fun of. He got called fat and ugly. Ty's dad had died. A little bit later, he didn't know how to deal with it. On top of being bullied, he couldn't handle all the pain, so he decided to end his life. Once he was gone, people started to say how close they were to him, how close they were to him, and they said that they were his real friends, when in reality, they were fake friends, which we all can admit were fake to people sometimes. Now, we need to stop being those fake friends, and we need to show who we really are. We need to be the kingdom workers we are saying we are, and we need to help those in need before it's too late and they're too gone. My goal for you, in the next week, I want you to find someone. They don't have to be getting bullied or picked on. If you see someone that needs help or guidance, tell them all about the Lord. Tell them how he helps you, how he makes you feel loved, and how you know that he can always go and be there for you when you're, sad. So many people need a family. Our church is a family, right? So why don't we bring them in, have them feel welcomed, and have them get a little love, just how we do. Before I started talking to you tonight, I asked you to raise your hand if you have ever gotten bullied, picked on, or made fun of. Those of you that did raise your hand, can you please stand up? Those of you still sitting, I would like you to stand up also. I would like you to look at the person next to you, say hi, grab their hand. Now, grab their hand. No, connect your hands, with all the people next to you. Yes, squeeze in the middle. Squeeze in the middle. All of us are joining together, right? Why don't we be the kingdom workers we're saying we are? Let's go against the fight against bullying. Let's be the difference of the church, show people our way, the Lord's way, and go against bullying together as one. Thank you.